My mic muted. All right. So where are we starting? Left off at finally getting down some of the colors. Let me see if I still have the rest of the line art. Let me turn on music. Okay. So I still have to get it down all of the desk, and I mean also get started on the rest of her hoodie, all that kind of stuff. So I think I actually did block out the hoodie. Hold on. Yeah, it's got its own separate layer and everything. And that's her bag. All right. So next, what else are we gonna start separating? I'm just gonna continue on this train of separating everything. I think once I get the belt and the shoes separated, I'll move on to something else. So we're just gonna select from opaque, grab everything on this layer, and get down to the boots. And we're just giving everything a really dark color right now. So her shoes are just a bright red, but the underpainting, I'm not even sure what this technique is called. I'm going to use underpainting. But the underpainting is going to be this dark purple. I'm actually going to do the same for the belt because the belt's going to be the same color. Eee, this one's going to be hard. Oh, it's not above the hoodie. There we go. Oh, let me take the line art up too. I should have fixed my audio issues. I had a lot of cutting because the noise gate was still too high even after fixing it last time. So I just turned off the noise gate entirely because we were getting to the point where it kind of wasn't gating anything. It was just blocking me out. There shouldn't be a lot of ambient noise right now. Once I get around to upgrading the microphone, then we'll have to mess with the settings again, but for now we should be fine. Wait, actually, since this is the belt, we could just color the entire thing. I'm not going to separate out the buckle onto its own layer yet. And this is only like a very small portion of the painting, so if this ends up looking a little wonky because it's got a reddish hue when it's supposed to be bronze or copper or whatever, brass I meant, then we'll just deal with it. The small buckle in this entire piece is not gonna be a big issue. Shouldn't be. We can't tell. And it might be nice that some of the elements of the same item match. So even if they're not supposed to be the same color, they've got like a theme to it. Yeah, these little triangles were one of the areas where I was working on them and actually try to pay attention to how they would look like each individual square. And then I realized after I was done and finally zoomed out that I worked a little bit too much detail for what they were. because you zoom out and they kind of just get lost. I could have just left the squares and left the X's really simple, but they actually do have like curvature to them that changes depending on the angle. But you know, the work's already done. I'm gonna turn on my fan real quick. It's a little, I can tell it's getting a little warm. Oy. All right, so that's the belt, that's the shoes, pants, hoodie. I think that's basically. Oh, I forgot. She has little cat ears. She's basically just a weeb, so she's kind of an unapologetic weeb, where she doesn't mind like everybody outside knowing at a first glance that she's nothing but a gigantic nerd. You know, kind of that thing we all aspire to be, just openly ourselves. I'm actually going to take off. Let's leave the selection on for now, but I am going to turn it off to get some of these strands and make them a little bit more sharp. Because I think I intentionally left them silly. Overly simplified is the word I was looking for. I don't know why I used silly. I think it's because they're cat ears. So my brain was immediately. This is the exact same thing. I'm pretty sure they're just gonna be bright white, so I don't mind putting a. I'm gonna use a blue and then just completely cover it up with like a very, very, very pale blue. Something I've noticed looking at some of the old Justice League cartoons and Batman cartoons from the animated series is that they don't really use bright white, like just like a standard, white zero color, nothing of any other color. They actually use a bluish white, a grayish white, like a very, very like grayish white too. Like it's not even. It's very noticeable when you see it. I actually think I have it somewhere. Like they use like a color like that, but because of all the other saturated colors and dark colors, it looks white. But if you take it, next to like a really, really bright white, like you can tell there's a very clear difference. And I thought that was like really cool because whenever you lower the bar that much, you have like another option. So if they ever needed to go even brighter than that, it gives a really like nice atmosphere to everything. Ooh, didn't mean to zoom in that much. Yeah, new songs. This is nice. I'm on the right playlist, right? Okay. Just making sure. I didn't want to get clapped in the middle of a stream. All right. It looks a little goofy color-wise. Just go ahead and let me go ahead and that's not what I wanted. Ooh, that is not a black. What is that? It's like a purple. It's interesting. Let me keep using it actually because it's kind of fun. I think it's messing with my screen really bad because it has like lines to it that I don't think are supposed to be there. There's nothing wrong with the airbrush, I don't think. And then we can use a black, like an actual black on top of that. Whoa, 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 too far. There we go. So this is actually what her color palette is gonna be. And we're gonna use like a gray, greenish orange, greenish gray, a gray green, green gray, green gray. For her skin tone, and she's gonna have that red belt. This is just me working out the palette real quick to make sure things aren't getting too lost in this underpainting that I'm doing. Let me see. What's a good color? Like a purplish, like a red violet color. Trying to find the right. That's not it. Yeah, that's good. It's a little bit neon, but yeah, let's dial that back actually. It's a little better. Something like that for the belt and shoes. And then her jeans are actually going to be really pale, and they're a really dyed out jean color, a really washed out jean color. Then her shirt obviously has text. We're actually going to leave it normal. And then let's use that mint gray. Mint gray. That white I was just talking about from the animated shows. Just to knock this part out. What am I looking at? I have fantastic handwriting. So that gives you a little bit more of a sense of it, actually what it's going to look like. Let me grab. So this is you know, kind of a waste of time, some would say, but you know, I do what I want. And then her hair bow. Let's go back to that mint gray. I'm calling it mint gray, but I don't actually have a name for this color. This. There we go. Because it's gonna be white. No, so it's like a pink. Cancel. And the actual bow is gonna be pink too. So that's a rapid fire, like what kind of colors she's gonna end up being. Then I'm gonna mix it with the lighting by the end of it too. So they're gonna have their own blends of everything. But that's all to come. We're just gonna do the what's it called? Whatever you have, the flats for now. We're gonna keep that layer though. I don't actually want to delete it. I want to keep that as a guide. So she's done. Let's actually. I hate that I keep adding little things for myself because I want to move on to the next part, but I do have to go ahead and do this text over here. Get this filled out. What color are we gonna use? Let's actually use like a really, like, not blue, but something like a grayish blue. Like this. This looks perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. That way, whenever we put the white on top of it, like you get that range of value and shades. But first, in order to have that like flexibility, you need to dedicate yourself to the darker tone. We could even go darker than that too. That's a little bit too dark or too purplish. Something like this, but darker. A little too dark. That's just it. That's the one. White usually turns into like a blue in shadows. So this is gonna work just perfect. This is kind of like a really dark and desaturated blue. That way, whenever we get around to this part, we can just select from opaque on the layer. Ooh, I actually didn't finish the ears. There we go, adding stuff to do again. I forgot that I was gonna take off the selection layer. I'm getting mixed up on my hotkeys. I actually got my art that I've been doing for these vampire characters posted onto the Vampire Masquerade Instagram, and that's pretty awesome. Just all of a sudden, I woke up to like more than a dozen likes in a single sitting, and then like all day, like another like will just pop up. That's been pretty great. Plus, LA by Night just finally released the start of the new season. I'm absolutely excited. I think I've watched like more than half of the episode, and then I had to like leave for work, and I haven't caught up with it yet. But I'm very happy. I think it has kind of a slow start. It's kind of like setting up the I guess the arc with all the politics that go behind it. Then we'll get more of the interpersonal coterie stuff. Catching up with the coterie. I don't know how many episodes it's gonna be. I think their seasons usually have like 8 to 12 episodes, something like that. But it's been a while since I watched the first 4 seasons. And by a while, I mean like a few months. My memory isn't super great. But yeah. I got they reposted my my Zemitzi art, and that's awesome. I really had fun designing that one because the Zemitzi are just so awesome. I absolutely love how they're. It's such a weird power to begin with, the flesh crafting, and then to make it just pile on the unique angles. They also made it so with the old school vampire that everybody thinks about, the Dracula, is actually the Zemitzi, those flesh crafters. So you have that on top of it. And it's just like it's one of those things that really makes Vampire the Masquerade unique. It's like it's not just a vampire world with like, hey, here's these old school vampires, but they're actually this clan. It's like there's like more interesting and deeper thoughts that go around it, with the world building and the lore that just really make it feel like it was made by like a team of intelligent people, like making this unique world rather than just a teenager who loves angsty horror movies. It's like there's depth and variety. So I wanted to theme my character off of those like old school vampires. So it's like, you know, those vampires with like really pronounced traditions and pride in their clan. And he kind of hides himself as like a super humble and kind someone who doesn't understand foreign customs. I think that's like his goal, but but it's very much a shell, like what he imagines people will be like. Like he is very acutely aware of his surrounding. He knows the customs of every location that he visits to, but he likes to hide in that shell of him not understanding what's going on. Because vampire things. All vampires are tricky fellows. And then to stack on top of that, once I finally started thinking about what his like flesh crafted form would look like, his what he would look like once he starts like morphing his own flesh. Whenever he starts to get given to the beast, I realized that it was just another opportunity to have some more of that old school kind of vampire lore, where Dracula means son of the dragon, and so he literally morphs into a dragon. So it still keeps in line with that like old school kind of vampire style. Not that that's all that clan is. I think if I had like another, if I wanted to dedicate yet even more time to designing more vampires, I probably could. I would try to do something a little bit more towards try to be a little bit contradictory to clans. I kind of have a bad habit of always making characters the opposite of whatever they're supposed to be expected to be. I think if I had a chance to do it again, I would try making characters that represent their clans better. Kind of like what everybody managed the clan to be. So, like for the Bruja, I made more of a Truha. One of those Bruja are supposed to be like the brutes of the vampire clans. And so I made one that was in more of an intelligent brute. So if I had another chance to go at it again, I'd probably just make like a punk character. Have fun with that, like that. Like I think it could come off as a little bit like I'm not respecting the clans for what they are. So I think if I had a chance to go again, I'd try showing that I enjoy doing making these characters exactly what their clan usually is. I enjoy the clans for what they are, not what I imagine them to be. I think that's making sense. Designing another Zemitzi would be super fun too, because you could really go crazy with their flesh crafting. I mean, like, I've seen a lot of Zemitzi fan art. Like, people get really wild with that. Like, a lot of people, I think part of the character that I made design is based around him coming from like an old school Zemitzi. So he thinks that he should carry himself as a human on the outside. But some of the more modern or outcast Sabat Zemitzi would be very open to just being those alienish forms, those completely like horrendous forms that society would absolutely not be able to understand. So you get those Demetri that just walk around with like fingers coming out of their faces and like skin that's like marble and like all this other stuff. Like in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I don't know why I'm forgetting the names of all the games. There's that one Zemitzi that has like a crown morphed into a skull. So it's like that's kind of like an entire like genre of Zemitzi who just literally just walk around with their faces always in those terrible forms. I actually have his I'm talking about this in meeting, and we can just look at him. Um, so yeah, then here's him doing the what I was talking about, the morphing into a literal dragon. Um, but he kind of has like this really kind, old school demeanor of like, asking permission to enter a home, treating everything with kindness. But it's kind of like a hiding like a really intelligent, conniving um, Camarilla hound. And I mean, like it's such a these images came to my head, and I was just like, this is gonna be really fun to draw. Like this is demon face feels very like an old school demon. It's not instead of transforming into like this cosmic being, which I know Samitsi can be, and I think it's cool, also like a cool angle to tackle it. I also have like this love for the old school kind of images of like what demons are supposed to look like, what dragons are supposed to look like. So even when he's going berserk, he still fits within his style of being old school. But like I said, I do enjoy like some of the. I do think that that's one of the strong parts of the clan as a whole, is that you can have such different varieties and attitudes within the clan. And then you got like an actual like Vlad the Impaler kind of look for this one. All right. Now back to the actual draw. She's all done. There's a random dot just in the middle of her chest. That's not good. Where's that layer come from? Why is it a divide layer? Or divide. What is this called? Anyways. So now I think she's done. No, the ears. So we're gonna turn this off. Deselect. I'm gonna grab the color. I think that's the color. That's not the color. That's eraser. Yeah, that is color. Okay. And then we're just gonna grab the brush and just add some little strokes to fill out these hairs. This is definitely one of those things that are a little bit more time and effort than it's worth. But we're gonna spend the time doing it anyways because it's fun. That's basically all I want. Just a little hairs in between. Now let's go ahead and move on to Tetsuya. So before that, let's group all these layers together. Yeah, I think that's all the layers. Yep, perfect. And let's move on to Tetsuya. So his is going to be basically the same. Let's see if I can just grab that color real quick. Okay. I chose. Oh my goodness, I'm so mad. I grabbed the color, then I put it right back. Now I gotta grab it again. That one. Remember it. We're just gonna keep it like that. Please tell me I'm on the right layer. Okay, everything's good. Now we can start doing this. At least we're at the fun part where I can actually start playing with colors and everything. He has a single earring because he's just so darn stylish and hip and cool. He's got kind of an alien head. We all have alien heads, don't we, though? Wait, I'm acting like it's the flesh tone. I can just. I know he has an arm back there, but we're just gonna ignore it. And then from here, we can just start to. Because the rest of this gets hidden by the door, so. Are we straight? Okay. The angle that he's at is freaking me out. Are we straight? Far from it, my friend. Oh, that's right. It's above everything right now. Let me make sure with the background real quick. Pull back up the line art. Yeah, so around like right here. It's like around right here, just straight through everything. We get that color again. I just want to fill out his armpit a bit. I'm on the wrong layer. Just a little bit right there. And then he can get his own series of flats. Select from a. Ooh, hold on. I forgot his earring. Shh. I know we're too close, but don't tell anybody. Kind of hate that Krita does this, but I guess it does help me figure out like, hey, we're doing pixel art at this point. It's good and bad. So we're gonna go into a new layer. Grab this layer, select from opaque. There we are. So now we got all of him. And we can start separating everything out. So we're gonna start with the jacket because that's the biggest part of him. Do we still have his layer? His like reference photo? Yeah, I do. I was trying to remember if he had what color of belt he had, but I don't think I ever drew his belt. I'm gonna say it's a brown because that way it stands out a little bit, has a nice bit of contrast. Am I on the right layer? Yes. What are you? I think I made an extra layer. I feel like I'm hearing songs I've never heard before, but these are nice. There we go. Kind of looks good in a blue suit. But I'm going to keep it black because I think it fits with the character better. Alright, so next layer. Next we're going to separate the head. Just like you should with every good vampire. Let me grab his flesh. Or her flesh. That sounds weird. They are sire and child, so they should have very similar colors. Sometimes the default eraser from Credit doesn't do so well for sharp lines because it has like a little ring around it that's kind of transparent. As I'm saying that, it actually is kind of nice. But if you wanted like 100% everything within a circle to be completely erased, then you could use that digital pen tool. Because that's just one-to-one. There's no variance of the line width or anything. It's just... Now let me take the line art off. Because that's distracting. We're going to turn the select layer off for a second. Where's the flesh? Here's the flesh. Oh, we're still on erase. That freaked me out. Okay. There's like little marks on him that I want to fix up too. Oops. Okay. Next, do we still have the select layer? No, the select's gone. Select. Opaque. Actually, we're just going to do the earring, so it shouldn't be that necessary. What color is his earring? Just silver. Then we got his shirt. So here we go. What should the shirt be? The shirt's gonna be bright white, so what could we underpaint that to be? I guess this would be a good underpainting. Because this is basically the color I'm gonna be using whenever I turn things white later. There we go. Yeah. So next we got the necklace, then the belt, and tattoo is all done. So we're gonna do the necklace next because that should be pretty easy. This one's gonna have like this one's just a simple gold necklace, so. Oop. And then last one, the belt. He's gonna have a brown belt, so let's just use a dark brown color. Maybe something a little less saturated than that, because that one's basically almost a dark red. Not quite. Still too saturated. Like a really dark but desaturated brown. That one's a little on the saturated side, but I think we can work with that. Don't want it gray. And this one's a base coat, so we can just go over everything. There we go. Tattoo is all done. Select, deselect. Working our way. I guess that leaves next to be the chair. The chair is his own personality. Sorry about that. I have a coffee sitting here that I haven't drunk yet. Let's go ahead and name these. Tetsuya Flats. Maria Flats. Naria with an N. Flats. There we go. Now we just got one last main character. Maybe the one everybody's been waiting on. Where are we going? Where are we going? I'm not yawning, you're yawning. This one we'll put behind Maria, but in between Tetsuya. Alright. It's probably gonna be, I don't know, like the colors of PewDiePie, so pink and black. Okay. Coffee. So what's a good tone for a base tone for a pink? Maybe something like this. It's too dark. Or too light. Isn't this the same color? It's hard to tell. Hold on. No, it's different. What is the same tone? Just a little too bright. That's the one. Just throw that away. We'll separate out some of these places later. It's just the group flat, I guess we can call it. That way I have something to select and more easily separate out sections. I promised myself I would look at some more art streams to get a better sense of how they handle this. But for now, this is where we're at. But that's gonna be for later. I'm still going to do that. I just I think I just forgot. Oops. Ooh. This reminds me of some kind of like homework edit. Or maybe that's just something I used to listen to. That's really weird. This brush is like exactly the size of this area right here. But because my lines aren't straight, it's not fitting anymore. Oh, why did I delete all that? There we go. I think I might just have to go back and erase this section back here, but kind of don't want to. Are they all part of the same layer? No, it's not. Let me try. Let's just duplicate, just save that layer, and then on the copy, just erase it. That way we have a, kept just in case I ever need to bring it back. Just like I did for Tetsuya's hand. Although I don't think I'll ever have to bring that back. Oh no! His arm! Who did this to you? Oh, I'm in the middle of working on the chair. Oh wait, no, that's not the issue. Why is it not letting me? Oh, it's an erase layer. I'm an idiot. Why is it not letting me paint? Something wrong? It's also an erase layer. What? What's going on? Oh, it's because I'm on the group layer. It's not the right color. I guess this is a side effect of all the underpainting. Just or my technique of selecting layer from opaque. It misses some stuff. Where's the shirt? I think this is the one. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Sorry if that yell freaked anybody out. I like being loud and exaggerating. All right, get back to this. Bop, 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 bop. This is all still experimental for me as far as digital painting. So using these really dark tones to set up a base flat and then working up from there is just an idea that I think sounds good. I think I've seen people do something similar. But we're gonna just have to see how it looks like when it comes along. I'm at the point where I'm usually pretty happy with my drawings. But there's always something off that I want to fix. So I'm confident this is gonna be all right. But I always want it to be better. So we're gonna do this way, and we're gonna find out once it's done what I can learn from it, and continue to experiment with this. Maybe do a bit more research. Some of these I've gathered from actual tutorials. Some of this I've just looked through copious amounts of other art on like DeviantArt. DeviantArt's a wild place. If you take the time to spend hours sifting through all the fetish art, you will eventually find like a crumb of like actually like nicely made art. And sometimes the fetish art is nicely made art, and that's strange if that's not what you're into. trying to think of examples when it's helped me. There's been a few. None that I want to talk about on stream, but some people do give it like just tutorials for free, and that's also awesome. I mean, I think most of the brushes that I have are also just straight up stuff I looked up on DeviantArt, because you can even find brushes on there for different software. I know all of my GIMP brushes were just straight from DeviantArt, but most of the ones you'll find on there are Photoshop, so you do have to look a little hard. Photoshop is just the dominant platform. I mean, for good reason though. I just don't want to pay a membership fee. That's so annoying. Especially since I don't do digital art that often. Even if I think my art looks better on digital, it's just not easy for me to do. Until we get to the point where like I can bring my tablet and pen. Oh, I'm just imagining that. Just until I can bring it to work, like imagining that right now makes me like so excited. That fantasy. I think all I really would need to do is just like get an iPad, get Procreate, and then pay that for that like $100 Apple Pencil, which is kind of an insane price, but the fantasy of being able to work on digital stuff while at work is just amazing. And I've seen some of the art that people do on tablets. It is incredible. I would say it does not hinder them at all that it's not on a full desktop. There we go. That's the base flat for the gamer chair. And I saved just to be safe. Okay, so the only sections we're going to have to block out are the arms, legs, and all the mechanical bits. I think we can put a pattern on it, but that's going to come later. We're going to have to look up a fun reference for that. So just one layer. I'm just going to separate all the black. We're going to separate the black bits and the gray bits, because some parts are going to be more mechanical. Some parts are just going to be style. This is all stuff I'm making up in my head, so it'll make more sense whenever I put it down on paper. So the black bits I want to be like this color. Maybe darker. That's basically the same as the background. Actually, yeah, let's just use that, because I'm pretty sure, yep, that's the same color as the... Yeah, we're just sharing colors, which actually is a good thing and not a bad thing at all, because you do want the entire piece to have its own visual language. You don't want too many different clashing objects. I say that like it's a fact. This is all rules I kind of made up in my head. Let me go ahead and select. I forgot that the entire reason I make a base flat is so I can do that. There we go. Oh, forgot that there's two sides. All right, and I think this part's also going to be black. I said something about it there being black and gray bits, but I'm just using my own chair as a reference. Some parts are like shiny metal, some parts are like rubberized black plastic. And I think that's what I was talking about, but I think I'm just going to simplify it and just make it all black, because there's no reason to make this too hard. I'm so excited for whenever I take off the select layer and find out that there's like 100 gaps that I gotta fill in. There we go. That's all the mechanical parts I cut out. I mean, we can just leave the chair that flat black, but I think most chairs do have some kind of pattern to it. Not like an actual like texture or anything, but trying to think if there's a way to pull up. Let me see if I can just find a gamer chair that we can use as a reference. Since I'm theming it after PewDiePie's colors, let me just go ahead and look up PewDiePie's chair. Does he not use pink? I thought his entire thing was pink. I think I'm just wrong. Maybe it's like the color, the LED strips that he always uses. That like made me think it was always pink. Let me try to find the right reference image that we could just copy and paste. Whoa, that is a tiny image. Let's take that out. Let's try a different picture. Actually, do they have the back of the chair? Because that would definitely be more applicable. There it is. Where'd it go? Where's the layer? Oh, here it is. Okay, I see where it is. What am I doing? What is going on? Delete? Why is there like so many of them? Okay, there we go. Using images should not be this hard. Send you all the way to the top so you can cover up everything. Putting you and Tetsuya right next to each other on the layers. All right, so this is basically the reference we're going to be using. So once we get around to stylizing everything, that's going to be the pattern I go with. Yeah, basically got the right setup mechanically, just from my memory. You see like the lever for the chair. You see the arms coming from under the chair. It's a little bit higher than I thought, but you know, maybe we can just say that's the angle. So the inside ring is going to be a pink, a little bit at the top, the arm, some little stylized strips on the back. I don't think there's any problem with me like copying this directly. I think that'll just keep things easier. Don't work myself too hard. Trying to make my own pattern for a chair that's I'm not going to use. Anyways, let's take this off. And that's pretty much the flats all done. So I'm just going to go ahead and move on. Are these... Hey, there's no gaps. That's perfect. So let's make a chair group. It's just 2 layers. Chair flats. All right, now comes the kind of hard part. I wanted to do the background completely in flats, so no line art. Just to try things a little bit differently. So the problem with doing things differently is that means I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing. So this is the background, so everything's going to be the opposite. So let's just try to get started. What is this background shade? That way we can go darker. Okay. Think this is the color? Yeah, okay. So darker than that would be this. We got this. It's so disorienting with the line arts there. Let me see if I can lower it even more. Just like the vaguest impressions of the line art. I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. So what I'm going to be doing is like just drawing in all the shadows. Like, you know, like then he's going to have the doorway. This is basically my plan. There's going to be a rug here, pot here, rest of the doorway. So yeah, that's basically my plan on how I'm going to handle this. I don't think anything in the background is going to be that important. Like I've already drawn a whole bunch of like different clutter, but I think I'm going to be fine just giving them more of the impression that there's something there and maybe adding a little bit of a different tone, but I don't want any actual hard lines. Any of the line art, like the actual inked lines. But it's very hard for me to actually do this while having the line art up. It's like visually distracting for me. But I'm going to try my best, so we'll see how it goes. Because I don't think there's another way to do it without completely freestyling it, and I don't want to do that yet. Okay. I'm going to take the chair out. I said I'm going to get the chair out. There we go. Oh, I clicked the chair group. Here we go. I think I should take everybody out, actually. Okay. And also, while I'm doing that, take this out. I think that's all. Yeah, perfect, actually. Perfect. I'm going to take this out. Okay. Now we're back in business. I'm going to cheat a bit. Get this. It's not far enough. Don't worry, I promise I'll figure this out. How we doing? That looks good. Oh, that wasn't the line tool. Ooh, I like this song. I've heard it like 100 times, but I like it. Then it's also going to be kind of like an ergonomic desk. I don't know if that's actually the word for it, but why is it not zooming out? Hello. Where's my pen? Why is nothing moving? Uh oh. It's not letting me move anything. Hmm. This is weird. It's not letting me. Oh, okay. It's fixed. It's fixed. That was really weird. Oh, why did it get rid of that? Oh my goodness, I'm so upset. That's so upsetting. That line's gone forever. This would have been so much easier if I just made it a regular rectangle. But alas, I'm not that smart. Hmm. Got locked again. What is going on? My hotkeys are messed up again. It's not letting me touch the canvas. Oh, there we go. We fixed it. I'm not sure what I'm doing to fix it, but it fixes it. And that's all that matters. Ooh. That might be the one. I know I said I didn't want any line art, but stick with me. This is one of those moments where I don't want soft edges. That is the opposite of what I need to do. Let's do this on a separate layer. I want to check for something. So if it's going to start from here, follow along. Okay, so yeah, we got a long way to go before it actually resets. I think that means I actually want to make it come a little closer. Because this is about what I would imagine is halfway through, so about right here I want it to connect. Close. That's perfect. That's the one. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the one. Why is it not erasing? I'm on a different layer. Breathe. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm an idiot. Could you please? There we go. Okay. So we just take out the line art real quick. There you go. You can kind of see that shape. And I think to finish that, what I'm going to do is... Let me see actually something. Oops. Go away. Guideline. Could I... First of all, let's go and merge these two. I'm gonna try... Let's try this just to make things quick. There we go. Easy peasy. That was the cheap and easy way, bet. That works for me. I'm probably gonna have to adjust it because, yeah, that doesn't match up, but it's on the wrong layer. Perfect. There we go. We have a desk. And then merge it again. There we go. Oh, this is all super fun. What I'm gonna do is this. Her computer tower is on the floor, just like mine. I don't know what this is supposed to be over here. Hmm. But it doesn't matter because I think it gets covered up by the chair. Yeah, I think that's. Let's also do this. I'm actually going to say that these are just guidelines. And then we're actually going to start the background painting. Because even now, this is too much strict work that I actually wanted to do. Where would this be in the camera? It'd be to the whoops. Get back. It'd be to here. Trying to think of the angle of this monitor. Where would the middle be? Middle would be right here. This doesn't have to actually be that smooth and or clean looking. Because I'm just going to put another layer over it. Which is to kind of work things out mentally. Why is eraser not working? Oh, it is working. It's a line tool. I'm an idiot. Yeah, it works for me. Then I think maybe just the keyboard. No, I still got some more stuff to detail out. I'm actually going to put the keyboard a little bit higher. Oh, this is an eraser tool again. Not angry. I'm not angry. You're angry, not me. Yeah, hold on one second. This isn't even the wrong. This isn't. I'm not sure when you joined. I was trying to see if there's a log on it, but yeah. This is just me grunting a lot. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I'm just kind of mentally working out some of the things I have in the background. So I'm kind of just grunting and trying to figure this out because I'm doing something a little bit different. Where I'm actually just not going to be doing line art really. Although, as you might be able to notice, I am kind of doing line art anyways. But it's a very simple form of line art. Oh, yeah, hold on. And yeah, the keyboard. That's actually too distracting. Let's just leave it like that. Her little streaming checklist. Her router. No, let's see this other line first. There's a lot of hmming and ha whenever I'm thinking. Because I keep wanting to say something and stopping myself. Because I'm realizing that it doesn't make any sense what I'm about to say. They're just like 8 grunts. Or I'm just repeating myself and I have to stop myself from repeating myself again. Because brain don't work good. And some connecting cables. This one's not a monitor. This one's actually a security camera that you could see outside her door. And a poster. Change the angle of that a little bit. And then we get back to the line tool. This is the floor. This is the doorway. Let me zoom out before I do that, actually. Perfect. Not perfect. Indecisive who? Me? Yeah, it's just me trying to figure out like how far I want to take these lines. So specifically what I'm doing is I'm trying to do the background without line art, but I'm ending up doing some line art anyways because all I have is like scribbles. So I'm trying to make some logical sense out of it as a guide that I can work from. That doesn't make any sense right here. That way, whenever I actually get around to painting, I can be a little bit rougher around it and nonsensical about it. I think I'm actually going to make this have a like a little base plate. I actually say it goes this way, actually. Yeah, that works better. Oops. And the poster, because she loves posters, she just has a bunch of anime figures everywhere. Maybe a mini fridge here or something. Maybe it's just a cabinet. Maybe she's not that unreasonable. I don't know why I thought a mini fridge would be unreasonable. Wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, that angle does make sense. It would be like right here. So I gotta fix this line too. I'm kind of thinking like the angles, but not trying to get too worked up into the exacts of it. I'm not a very intensely accurate artist. These are all just me working things out. Yeah, I think that's kind of everything that I want to do. Just one last check. I think I'm gonna draw this desk table. Does that show up in the line art? Oh, let me put everything together. Shows up a little bit. Let's work it out. It's gonna take like 5 seconds. I promise. Zoom in. There we go. Can we do a circle? We can. It's gonna look weird, but we can. What else could I use? Let's just work it out like this. What am I doing? Oh, it's an eraser. Okay. No, that's not gonna work. This is silly. I can't do it at an angle. Not the angle I want, anyways. Let's do it this way. Hold on, wait. Yeah, that angle makes no sense. I had a feeling. Let's erase that. It should be perpendicular to the floor. There we go. No, go back. There we go. Let's get back to straight. There we go. Yeah, it looks a little wonky. Looks flat. Let me try to make this a little easier on me. Just cutting it out and then moving it. I love that I can just do this. Makes my life so much easier. I can even twist it and distort it. I think that's good. All right, I think I got a good sense of everything. Just one last line. I promise. Okay, 2 lines. This is going to be the start of the hallway. Oops. Okay, 3 lines. That's the other side of the hallway. And then that's going to be like, you know, oh, that's too many lines. Please tell me I can undo all that. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Now I think we're actually done with all the line art that I wanted to work on. Line art in quotations. And we can turn line art off for a little while. I still want to add like other things, but I'm going to do that whenever I get to the shading or the, I guess, blocking. Like her mouse, she's going to have like a little Yeti microphone over here. Then whatever is in this poster, I think that's supposed to be Hatsune Miku, but like as a 2-second study. Getting close to the time, but I think we're going to get some nice stuff out of this. So let's go ahead and grab this. Let's make it under the layer. And I think I'm going to try using some of these texture brushes. So let's actually turn on the paintbrush instead of line tool. Which one do we want? That one looks good. This is my favorite. That was nice too. I'm going to start with this one. Let's make it a little bit of more of a usable size for this. Whoa. I need this in the same family, but darker. It's too dark. Too light. Wait, I have an advanced color selector. What am I worrying about? There we go. I'm making up a whole bunch of rules right now, but here we go. We're gonna split this right down the middle. Oops, oops, oops. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. I messed this all up. We're gonna have to deselect that. Man, that's annoying. There we go. Did it right that time. And we're gonna try doing a gradient like this. Let's do this on a different layer. I think that's interesting. Oops. Let me try something else too. There it goes. So this is gonna be the top. If you think I know what I'm doing, don't. These are interesting. Is it for Super Striper for anybody else? Is that just my monitor? Like, there's no blending between these layers. That's weird. I guess it gives me a good coat, base coat. This feels right. I'm gonna work from this, but I might remove these gradients because there's something about them feels a little off. Let's also take off the line art for a second. All right, back to painting. Where am I? Oops. Where's my paint? There it is. Okay, I think I'm seeing what the issue I'm having. Let's bring out that lighting guide. Bah. So I guess this would be coming from the LED stripes. From above, a little bit of lighting. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I did my own, how I'm planning on doing the lighting in the first place. I'm on the wrong layer. Finding the right tone. I do like this one. I'm gonna make this a simple like woven rug over here. But I want it to be like a greenish and a reddish color. But I'm trying to find the right shade of red. I think it turned more into a purple in this lighting. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. Let me make this into a separate layer. I think you need a darker green. Is there another one? That's a blue. Way too bright. Whoa. Way too bright. Let's just go back to this one. Whoa, what is that? How did I get there? What is this looking like without the line art? Okay. And this shadow over here can, this doorway can be blacked out. Maybe not complete black. Hold on. Let's go with like a green black. And just like barely brighter for the floor. Is that brighter? I think it's actually supposed to be reversed. So this is the darker tone. Then this is the slightly lighter tone. If you could believe it, they're kind of both like extremely dark. If you look really closely, it's a little bit brighter. And I'm gonna put this like all the way at the top. This is gonna be the monitor. It's bright pink. Then we're gonna put like something on there later, like maybe sound waves or something, like she's listening to music. Or she's got like some kind of screensaver. That actually looks nice. That's why I like this brush texture so much. It gives it like a just texture to everything. I'll put that in its own layer, right? Okay, thank goodness. Because that's just more of a tester, just to feel things out. Yeah, it does look stripy. I think once we get start blocking out all the other stuff, it'll just fade into the background. We won't notice the stripies. Because eventually I'm gonna have to give that a different color. Because I'm thinking more of a warm color, like a wood color. Oh, this is a perfect shade. Hold on, I really like this one. That's a perfect shade. Oh, it's right next to it. Why did I not notice it before? What the? I don't need a brush that big. Dude, come on. No, we're gonna leave that alone for a second. Let's do the posters. So this is gonna be a Hatsune Miku. Let's just go ahead and look up a Hatsune Miku poster just for reference. I really hope this doesn't come up in my search results and start like recommending me a bunch of Hatsune Miku posters. Just like a random one that I like. Let's do this one. There you are. Put you above these. This is just for reference. What the? Oh, I forgot to say. There you go. How do I crop just the layer? Sheer layer? No, that's not it. Well, I want to let me just crop the layer. I'm going to try doing it like this. I really hope it's not actually going to like cut off the entire picture, because that'd be really annoying. Yes, it did. Why, dude? Whatever. Where's like the crop only the layer tool? This one? No, that's not it. Whatever. I'm spending too much time trying to fix this image. It's a Hatsune Miku poster. Can I morph it to like fit the perspective? I know I could just like steal the picture and just like blur it, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. It shouldn't be hard to just like splatter enough paint on it to make it look right. So that's the poster she's gonna have like just sitting over there. What is this? I can do that? That's cool. Not what I wanted, but it's cool. I know there's like a hotkey. I'm getting worked up on this picture, even though it's just a silly reference. Okay. Now it's gone. Forget about Hatsune Miku. Well, actually, no. I needed it. God. Hi. My name is Dum Dum. Trying to figure out how to fit it in. Okay. Now we can work from it. Just chilling over there. So to fit with the color tones. No, you can't call me Dum Dum. You're not allowed. Let's go for the smaller brush. What would her hair tone be in this lighting? Close. Close. Need a little bit more blue. Oh goodness, this is gonna take forever just to find the right color. That feels pretty close, actually. So you're about to witness just a master of art recreate this photo exactly how it looks. No, it's not dark enough. No. This one actually does need to be desaturated grayish black. Wow, that's surprisingly a bright color. That's just black. That's a lighter shade? What are you talking about? Why are you hungry? Please go eat. Do not starve yourself. I am hungry because the proletariat still goes unchallenged. Trying to find the right shade so it doesn't stand out too much and become the focus. Wait a second, hold on. Does this work? Oh, that does work. What in the world? Here's what I'm looking for. Just make it into a multiply there. Hmm. Maybe not multiply. Darken? Burn? None of these colors are doing what I wanted to. Alas. I'm getting too distracted by the scan. Oh, wait, there we go. That's the color that I like. I think I remember saying something about me focusing too much on details that no one's going to notice. I think this might be one of those moments. That being said, I kind of like how this is coming together. I should just draw out anime eyes. That's the one. That's perfect. You just ate and you're still hungry. Oh, a smart person would say that that means you probably didn't put a portion in your diet right. But I'm not a smart person, so I will say gremlins came in and stole some of your food, and that's a fact. So you go ahead and deal with them. Just fight him or something. I'm even adding the sparkles. I swear to God, I'm a madman. That's actually kind of terrifying that I put a tiny little eye here. No. That's gonna be too noticeable. Yeah, there you go. Like, it really desaturated. Is that noticeable? Oh, that's too strong. That's way too strong. That's really... Oh, what am I doing? I'm making a face for something that's like the size of a nickel on the paper. Does she have a midriff? Oh, no. I was just imagining things. I think I might have run into an issue. I've been painting on the wrong layer. How much of it am I missing? Oh, okay. We can deal with that. What is going on? There you go. Fixed. Where'd that gray go? We're on the eraser. This brush only has two modes. Really skinny or like really skinny or all right. Then just for fun, we can add just a little bit of shading, just little hints of stuff. Getting really upset with myself. I keep pressing the wrong tools. Oh, I'm over time. I'm about to finish. I got a little bit distracted having fun trying to replicate this Hatsune Miku drawing. But, that's life. Trying to figure out the right tool. There we go. That's the one. That's the one. Where's Hatsune? Where is Hatsune? There's like just wild lighting, so it doesn't really matter. She kind of looks like Ash Nico. Kind of cheating now. I'm just lowering the opacity to make her not stand out too much. There we go. I'm kind of upset with myself that I actually did this. But yeah, Hatsune Miku poster. We're just slowly building things together, and for some reason, I decided to dedicate a lot of time to Hatsune. But the things I have to do to keep things fun for me, or else my attention span will just drop. All right, let's go ahead and put everybody else on the paper so then I can sign off. Bop, bop. Where's Tetsuya? Bop. And bop, bop, bop. So here's where we are. Just slowly coming together. I feel like every single time I do this, like it's going to take like 5 minutes for me to finish everything. And then I actually get to it and it's like maybe a little more than 5 minutes. But yeah, I had this was a very fun session because I got to do a lot of the fun parts that I've been really excited to do, especially when it comes to Hatsune Miku. I think this is a better sign of what I wanted to do, where it was just like I could literally just put the impression of it and there's not too much detail because it's the background. All the focus should be on the characters. There's Tetsuya hiding back there. So yeah, next session, let me go ahead and pull up my notes to self. That's not it. That's it. All right, let's get some of these erased. That's not an eraser. That's weird. Why is that on? Okay. Let's pick the right color. Here we go. To do. So we got to finish blocking out the background shapes. Then we got to work on the actual like in-depth shading that's going to be going for Tetsuyu and Maria. There's a term for like the more complex shading where there's blending and everything, but I'm going to use in-depth shading for the lack of knowledge. Just Maria, Tetsuya. I can't even spell the character's name. Tetsuya. And Gamer Chair. And once I get the in-depth shading done with that, that probably also entails some in-depth shading on the background as well. But I think, like I said, that's going to be the background, so it doesn't need intense shading or anything. Then it's going to be the lighting from the monitor, which is going to be bright pink, and then the flash of the light, which is going to be white, and then her LEDs, which are going to be blue. So we got a good mix of everything there. So once I make a layer for all the lighting sources and how it's going to reflect on all the characters, I just have to do some final tweaks. And then we're done. So a bit of work. If I'm guessing 2 to 3 more sessions at the rate we're going. Again, I'm not super fast with digital art, so that kind of just goes with the territory. It's just going to take me a while to get these things done. But I'm really excited. I'm having a lot of fun. Yeah. Thanks for anybody that joined me today. And I hope to see everybody back next week. More people would also be nice. Check out my Instagram. Shout out to DeviantArt. Oh yeah, and Vampire the Masquerade for posting me on their Instagram stories. That was really cool. I really appreciate that. And that's it. Goodbye.